Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about the iStick 100 watt. So this is a dual 18650 mod, and the menu system is just like your iSticks, your iStick 30, iStick 50. It's very simplistic, but it uses external battery unlike the 30 and the 50. Now, to my knowledge and what I can read, I know that that iStick or Eleaf has been coming out with temperature devices. Now, as far as the manual, I was under the impression that the 100 watt had a TC, but maybe that's a different version. This one, as far as I know, does not have a temperature control or temperature sensing feature at all. This is just a straight wattage device up to 100 watts. The menu system is very simplistic. You can swap the menu or swap the screen, lock, unlock, wattage up, wattage down, and vape. So I have the Soter by CeraVape on here. Gonna vape it at about 35 watts, and let's have a little vape. So as far as quality, it's very lightweight. It feels like it's built pretty well. You have a USB on the bottom. I believe it's for charging and for upgrades if they ever do that. I've never seen iStick do upgrades, at least, or Eleaf do upgrades. You have some venting. You have a nice little panel that pops off, dual 18650, and it just fits nice in the hand. Nice rounded off edges, as you can see here. Rounded off edges, just like most of your iSticks. It's just a lot larger. It's up there in the higher wattage, larger box mod dual 18650 game. Battery life is awesome because you have dual 18650s, and personally I really enjoy this device. It is kind of inexpensive. I've seen it going down to like 30 bucks. As far as issues with it, I have not heard of any issues, and that's just me personally. Even Googling, I've not heard of any mishaps or any problems with this device yet, but it could happen, and if so, I'll update this video and all that good stuff. But I'm enjoying the simplicity of this. Just a nice straight wattage device, something to use on your everyday whatever you're using with Canthal, that you just need a nice wattage cranked up and to use. It works pretty well. So, yeah, let's have a vape and then dive down and talk about it, or look at it, or whatever, and then we'll come back up and talk about it. Alright, so let's check out the iStick 100 watt. This is a nice little dual 18650, very inexpensive device. So this is the black edition. Basically it says iStick 100 watt, Eleaf, iStick 100. It says this is black. I guess there's also silver, at least that's what it says. So this comes with iStick 100 watt body without cell, iStick 100 watt cover, battery cover. I assume that means the back plate, maybe. It didn't come with like a case or a silicone thing, anything like that. It has an ego threading connector. It has a USB cable and a manual. So yeah, that is that. Let's go ahead and open this up and have a look at it. Now I'm gonna laugh if somehow there's an actual silicone sleeve on the bottom of this, because I looked at it underneath and I didn't see anything. So here is essentially the device. I do have two 18650s inside of it right now. I will open that up in just a second. Let's look at what's inside here underneath the hood. So here is, I believe this is your cable. This is your USB cable. Okay, so that is that. You get a USB cable for charging, hopefully upgrades. Here is your ego connector, and that's it. So no case. What I think it means cover is the back plate. I don't know why they would specify that. So here's your little manual. It talks a little bit about the device. Let's have a look. So power off, power on, vaping, shift between voltage, wattage, adjustment, battery lock, switch display mode, different things like that. I was looking for their actual protections. Atomizer protection, so it won't fire over 10 seconds. It has an OLED with a short circuit, no atomizer protection, low voltage protection, and temperature alert. In the end of the battery, there are two laser markers One named Eleaf TM and the other named iStick 100 watt. Okay, maybe that's just marking it. On the bottom of the battery, there is a laser marker named CE. I think laser engraved is what they're talking about. So that's just a little bit about it. Let me just show you the device, so I'm not just reading about the device. So let's put that all back in there, set that aside. So here is the device. I know it's black on black, so I'll try to put my pale hands between it. So there's that. It says Eleaf. You have your clicky button on the top, which will turn it on, turn it off. Wattage up, wattage down, voltage up, voltage down. Now your back panel, you do have a magnet back panel right here. So 4 magnets down here, 4 magnets up here. You have a lanyard, and you have magnets on this. So 4 magnets there. Sorry, 2, 2, 2, 2. So total of 4. Total of 8 actually. With this one, so this runs it with both positives up, rather than most of your dual 18650s, one down, one up. This is going to run both up. I have a lanyard to hold that in. So just make sure your positives are going towards your 510 connector. Here's your 510 connector. It is a spring-loaded, it looks gold-plated possibly. You do have a little markings right there. On the bottom you do have a little bit of markings. You also have a USB connector right there. Now what that's for, I have no idea. It just says charging. So I don't know if there is an option to upgrade or anything like that. Here's just a nice rounded off plate for your battery port. Goes like that. You have a little bit of venting right there. Eleaf on the bottom. And that is about it. It's very rounded off, if you see, just like that. Super rounded off. Rounded off. Nice. So it just fits very nicely in the hand. So before we turn it on, if you hold both positive and negative, or power up and power down at the same time while it's off, what it'll do is it'll switch orientation. So you just keep holding it. It's just going to keep cycling back and forth from screen orientation. So whatever way you want to do it, so that's cool. Right now we'll do it like this so you guys can see it. Just like that. 5 clicks turns it on. So there you go. You have your, you have your wattage, your voltage, your ohms, and your battery indicator. Now, in order to switch it, 3 clicks on your power button. 1, 2, 3. We'll switch it to wattage mode. 1, 2, 3. We'll switch it to voltage mode. So your voltage is going to go all the way up to 10 volts. 1, 2, 3. Wattage is going to go all the way up to 100 watts. So let's go all the way up to 100 watts. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Come on. Alright, 100 watts. So it will go all the way up to 100 watts. Now the last feature to talk about is plus and negative, or positive, negative, wattage up, wattage down at the same time while it's on will lock the device. So it'll say no atomizer. It won't actually lock the... let me get an atomizer real quick. So it is unlocked right now. Okay, firing. Now let's lock it. So it will fire, but what you can't do is you can't wattage up or wattage down. So it basically locks your wattage features wherever you had them set to. So that's cool, in case you accidentally bump it in your pocket or something like that. But ideally, if you do put it in your pocket, just turn it off completely. So 5 clicks, boom, it's off. So there it is. There is a quick rundown of the iStick 100 watt by Eleaf. Let's go back up to FaceTime and talk about it just a little bit more. As far as cons, the only thing I really don't like is this battery panel is kind of hard to get off. It's very, very hard on there. The batteries are so close to the magnets that when I'm putting them down, the batteries will stick to the magnets. So that is just something, if things line up wrong, that could be bad. But as far as that, I haven't had any issues with this device. It's just a very nice straight wattage device that works really well. You can turn it to voltage or wattage. I take that back, so not straight wattage, but when I mean straight wattage, I mean you're not going to get a joules, you're not going to get temperature sensing, so it's just a wattage device made for, you know, Canthal, or whatever else you're using that just, you know, non-temperature sensing. So it's just a non-temperature sensing device. Performance is great. The button is kind of cheap. Both of the buttons are kind of cheap. They kind of just look like they have a painted metal coating on it. Very cheap on that. Buttons are clicky. Not too bad. But that's kind of just my thought about it. You know, I would personally, you know, recommend picking up one of these just to get something that will bump up the wattage. Really, like I said, I know the iStick 50 watt did have some issues as far as charging for prolonged time or leaving it charging on, so maybe this kind of takes away that by having to pull out your batteries and charge them. There is a charging port, at least they say it's a charging port down here. Would not recommend charging it inside of the device. Anything that can charge external batteries inside of the device, I would not do that. If you can get the batteries out and pull them out, use a charger, your you know, your Luck 4s by eFest, any of those smart chargers that will actually you know, stop after they get to a certain volts. Definitely do that. So that is just something I would recommend. But yeah, as far as what it does, very simplistic device. It's just something that you can bump up the wattage, bump up the wattage, you know. I like it. I enjoy it. So that is my thoughts on this. Big shout out to VapeVineOnline.com for sending this out for review. If you want to know more about VapeVine, look in the description box below. And that is all I'm going to say about that. So I will wrap it up now. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.